The RTL Football Podcast, now live on Twitch and on YouTube at 8 p.m. UK time on Thursdays.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Welcome, your faces, to Portugal versus Uruguay. I am back once again for this game. It's set to be a cracker. Uruguay need to win this game. We had the one earlier from Brazil, where Brazil won 1-0 against Switzerland. So let's see what happens in this match. After that Casemiro goal, Neymar said that on Twitter that Casemiro has been the best midfielder in the world for a long time, and I can agree with that. With Portugal creating a chance here. Ooh, and header from Ronaldo into the box, but the player in the box could not do anything with that. That's the results and stuff from earlier, and now we have the Portugal-Uruguay game. Portugal have started Pepe in this game. For those of you who don't know the team, I'll read out the teams right now, so I will. Real quick. Costa, Net, Cancelo, Pepe, Diaz, Mendes, Silva, Neves, Carvalho, Bruno Fernandes, Ronaldo, and João Felix. Once again, interesting to have Mr. Bruno as a winger. I think that's a terrible decision from the board. He's much better. I think Bernardo Silva plays better as a winger than Bruno, and I think they should switch around where Bruno's the midfielder and Silva's the winger. But that is my personal opinion, so... And your Uruguay team today is Cavani, Darwin Núñez, Oliveira, Aquino, Bentancur, Valverde, Valera, Cortes, Godin, Jimenez, and Roche. They have dropped Suarez for this game. He is on the bench for Cavani. So we'll see if that comes into play. We have the two ex-number 7s from Manchester United, Cavani against Ronaldo. Other United players in this, Bruno Fernandes, and on that say Dalot is on the bench. Palestri's also on the bench. Which, to be honest, is probably a fair reflection. I know they played him in the last one of the start, but the man hasn't played football at a high level since joining United. Palestri, he's not going to look in, so there's always a bit of a risk playing that man. It's always going to be the case. So it was. The sound works. Just have to check the sound there for a bit. You know how it is. Classic stuff. But yeah, it's a game where if Portugal win, they're through to the next round. Uruguay really need to win this game. With the result earlier in this group, Ghana winning and getting 3 points. A win here is crucial for the Uruguayans. Otherwise, they have it all to play for on the final day. That's against Ghana too, so that's a big match. Uruguay versus Ghana now. None that any of us would have predicted it, but that's a huge match now. Especially if Uruguay don't win this, that's even a lot more pressure on Uruguay for that particular game. Well, yeah, Portugal passing it amongst each other. Ronaldo to Bruno. Bruno can't quite get the ball in the box for, I think it's Bernardo that was running in there. Uruguay tried to hit it upfield, but Portugal win it back instantly, and they give it away again, Portugal. But Uruguay then give it away, and it's Portugal's ball. João Felix tries to lay it up to Bernardo. Let's get my stat screen up that I love to use, so I can actually get the proper formation, because what I was telling you before is not. I seem to be at the moment lining up in a 4-3-1-2 Portugal to a 3-5-2 from Uruguay. Interesting setup. We have Darwin Núñez now running down the field. The ball hits off Dia and goes out. No, heads off Cancelo and goes out for the corner, I think. Yep, it is a corner of the Uruguay. We'll see if the Uruguayans can get the ball to the head of either Darwin Núñez or Edison Cavani. They play it short instead, though, and now they whip it in. It does hit the head of one of the players. It hits Jimenez and goes over the bar. Costa jumped anyway, just in case it went anywhere, but it was a decent cross in. Did get the header to it, but not exactly on the target that you wanted to, just off target. Now we have Jimenez having a little WWE thing with João Felix there. Letting him know he's there. As you do. By the way, we should have the FA Cup draw happening as well, so I'll try and get that up somewhere. I'll get it up on a piece of paper because I know I will give you that. Give me some talk about the FA Cup draw. I'll see who gets who. So I know City are ball number 23 and United are ball number 24 in the FA Cup draw. But I have the FA Cup draw now open as well on a different screen here. So I will give you who gets who when I know. While the game's going on, this is never had a game going on and a draw at the same time before, so I will let you know they're putting the balls in the pot at the moment. To shake them up. As Ronaldo takes a throw in. Trying to do skills, goes nowhere, passes back to Mendes. Mendes to Carvalho. On the João Felix. Just Portugal are passing around here. And the first ball out is number 30 in the thing. So Preston North End is the first team called out in the draw here. Now we're playing number 17. So it's Huddersfield versus Preston North End is one of your fixtures in the FA Cup. Now we have Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough will be taking on Brighton. Interesting draw. The next one we have Chesterfield. And Chesterfield will be taking on West Brom. Now we have City. We have Manchester City out. And they will be facing Chelsea. I'm sorry, Chris. Manchester City are playing Chelsea in the third round of the FA Cup. We have Boreham Wood versus Accrington Stanley. Tottenham versus Portsmouth. Derby versus Barnsley. Cardiff versus Leeds. Brentford versus West Ham. Bournemouth, they will be facing number 10, and that is Burnley. We have a free kick to Ronaldo in the Portugal match here. Ronaldo sending Wrexham versus Coventry, by the way. Ronaldo hits the free kick at the wall. As he's back, Norwich has been taken out here, and Norwich will face number 5, which is Blackburn. We have Aston Villa, and Aston Villa will face number 55, and that is Stevenage. We have Luton, and Luton will face number 43, which is Wigan. Now we have Oxford, and Oxford will face Arsenal. Oxford United versus Arsenal. Now we have Fleetwood. Fleetwood versus QPR. And just lost their manager to Rangers. And now we have Liverpool out of the hat. Who will Liverpool face? That is the question. Liverpool will be facing Wolves. Wolves versus Liverpool in the FA Cup third round. Now we have Grimsby. And Grimsby playing Burton Albion. Now we have Blackpool. Who will Blackpool be facing? They'll be facing 29, which is Forest. Blackpool versus Nottingham Forest. Number 58 is out, and that is either Dragon and Redbridge or Gillingham. And they will be facing Leicester City. We have Forest Green Rovers, who will be facing number 4, Birmingham City. We have number 9, Bristol City. They'll be facing number 38, Swansea. Bristol City versus Swansea. Hartlepool United will be facing Stoke. It's not at Stoke, so they won't be doing it on a wet and rainy night in Stoke. We have Hull City now, and Hull City will get number 16. They will get Fulham. Hull versus Fulham. We now have Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace will get Southampton in the next round. We have Millwall now, and Millwall will get Sheffield. Millwall versus Sheffield United. Now with Shrewsbury Town, and Shrewsbury Town will have themselves a game against Sunderland. Now we have the other Sheffield Wednesday. And they will be facing Newcastle. Manchester United have been drawn as the home team. And the team that they will be facing is Everton. Bruno Fernandes got clobbered by Uruguay. And we have Reading versus Watford as one of the other games. And Ipswich Town versus Rotherham United. And that is the FA Cup draw. That is your FA Cup draw, everyone. We have Portugal passing it about. Portugal on the attack here. Now they pass it back to Pepe. Now I had the pleasure of actually meeting most of these Portuguese players when they played against Ireland. So I saw Pepe. I saw him get sent off right in front of my eyes before. So it's an angry man, that Pepe. An angry, angry man. Mendes is going to chuck this free kick long up to Ronaldo. Ronaldo is going to actually to Bruno, I think, there. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the draw of the FA Cup. It was actually slightly more interesting than the match at the moment, that draw. To be fair to you. Uruguay on the attack now. They try to pass it in, but it goes completely miss, kicks it, and Portugal have it back. But it's won back by Uruguay instantly. Tries to cross it in, but it hits Pepe on the head. And it goes out for a Uruguay throw. Gone out again for another Uruguay throw. Well, we got not much going on in the moment, so if anyone wants to say anything in chat to start the discussion or anything, please feel free to do so. I appreciate anyone who's just. I appreciate people if you're just lurking. You're always appreciated. Community is a very important thing, and I like to delve in with the community as much as possible. So, if anyone's interested in having a discussion about anything, FA Cup, World Cup, I'm down for a discussion on anything. As Uruguay got tackled off the ball there, but the header clearance just goes straight back to the Uruguay and their goalkeeper. And they start to try and build again. I will say this, both these teams have not impressed in their last games or this one. I know Portugal ended up winning that game against Ghana 3-2, but they were lucky to do that. And Uruguay's in, and what a save by Costa. He had to make himself big there to save that. But the Uruguayan player definitely should have scored there. That was a gilt edge chance there. None came, but man, one in midfield just kept running. Somehow got past the defenders of Brazil. The better shot was Bentancur, the Tottenham man, gets a shot but hits it straight, and Costa was making himself big that he had to do. But really should have gone either side of him, but ends up hitting his leg instead. A missed opportunity for Bentancur, and all the Uruguayan fans know this by their reactions. That could have sparked this game alive. At the moment, we were having no real quality until that one moment where they fully opened everything up. Very much like the Brazil-Switzerland game, this needs a goal to waken everyone up. Uruguay win it back though. Cavani gives it straight to Portugal. And they do a nice pass into João Felix. João Felix is there, gets it into Silva. Silva will try and come back, but he's getting closed down. So he has to go back to, I think that's Carvalho or Mendes. I'm not sure which one that is. I think that's Mendes. To Bruno. Bruno will ping it to the other side where João Cancelo is. Ball is back with Bruno now to Ronaldo. Ronaldo will try and be greedy and run into the box, take a shot. It gets well blocked. It's not the right move to do. And then João Felix tries to do his Ronaldo impersonation and tries to run in and take a shot. And it's definitely not what you need to do, lads. That was not the right move from Portugal, but then we go back to watching the Uruguay chance that they really should have scored it. It was the perfect opportunity for Bentancur. The Tottenham Bentancur would be scoring that. You have to say. But yeah, we are 35 minutes into this game. If you guys want to, I don't know if you people are sinking or not. I know I'll be behind regardless of things. Uruguay tried to create a move there. It was a good move, but no one can really get the final touch of that. And Darwin Núñez' first touch, he left it at Liverpool on that occasion. But yeah, the FA Cup trial, Manchester City versus Chelsea, a very interesting tie for the FA. That's essentially a Carabao Cup game all over again. So, at least Pulisic will get some game time if he stays, you know. Arsenal and Tottenham getting the easy draws of the thing, but you got some interesting ones like Liverpool versus Wolves. Interesting. Wolves usually like a cup, so we'll see if Lookabit can get them past Liverpool in that. And Crystal Palace versus Southampton. Southampton, new manager. They always had a decent team. Can they get one over Patrick Vieira and his team? And Manchester United versus Everton. We got the better of Everton in the other game we played against them, but can we do it again in the cup? How strong will Lampard take the cups? That is very important questions that you need to ask on that one. Darwin Núñez is wrestling off Ruben Neves here. He's still going, Núñez. Still going. Passes it off now. That player gets completely... And there's a first yellow card of this match. Goes to Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves gets himself carded for bringing down Valera. So Ruben Neves is now walking a tightrope for the end of this first half and the beginning of the second half. He'll be on a bit of a sticky tightrope. And Uruguay crosses the box, but no one can really get their head on this one. It goes back to them. They cross it in again, but it gets cleared straight away by Portugal. I said very much similar aspects of the game before this with the Brazil-Switzerland, that this game really needs a goal to spark the life into it a bit. Although I lied, apparently there's another yellow. Apparently Bentancur got a yellow card at some point. Probably when I was focused on the FA Cup draw. Portuguese player is down. It is Mendes. The medical team is here having a look. Mendes looks a bit distraught in his face. So we'll see if he has to come off or not. He does not look like a happy man. He was Portugal's best player at the moment on a 7.2. But he's going straight down the tunnel, and they have made a substitute for him. So it doesn't look too good for Nuno Mendes. But Guerrero is now on. The best player so far, Nuno Mendes, on the 7.2. It's had to come off due to an injury. It looked like he was distraught, and we now know why. It'll be interesting to see how long said injury is for. If it is bad or if they're just taking him off as a precaution, I have no idea. But we'll see what effect that has on the game because, like I said, Mendes was the best player on the pitch for Uruguay. It'll be interesting to see if Guerrero can keep up the same energy as Mendes was doing for Portugal. Or will this play into Uruguay's hands and will they get into a better rhythm now? As Valverde just yanks Bruno Fernandes down. Like an aggressive yank. I don't know why Valverde wants to just grab my man Bruno like that, but yeah, but he did. Total receptions between midfield and defensive line. Bruno is the top player in that with 13 at the moment. Free kick to Portugal, and for blocking the first part of the free kick, the Uruguayan gets booked. Oliveira. He's in the book for getting in the way of the free kick. Before Bruno even took it, your man decided to just go right in front of him, which deemed that as a interference in play. Portugal, when they tried to cross it into the box, doesn't work out, but they do have a corner. And we go into 3 minutes of additional time. Bruno Fernandes on the corner. He whips it into the box. Can't find Ronaldo. And it gets cleared. But it's back to Portugal. Silva to Neves. Neves gets dispossessed up. And gets booted way up the field. And now it's back to Guerrero. Who gives it back to Costa. And Costa will boot this upfield. To the head of Ronaldo. Who was deemed onside, I believe. Yeah, well offside. Well offside by Mr. Ronaldo, though. Captain Magnificent. If you're king. Here's Pepe, the very angry man. There's not much that's happening in this half, though, to be fair. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be another game that finishes 0-0 at halftime. An ongoing thing throughout these games. It just happens. Portugal on the ball here now, and can they do something in the closing seconds of additional time? Guerrero tries to cross it in. Can't. It goes over everyone, including Ronaldo, and it goes out of play. Not exactly what that man wanted. and it ends 0-0 at halftime. Both teams have not impressed at all. Kind of a bit of a snooze fest in this one, but sometimes you get that, especially in these kind of games. I will be temporarily back. I will be gone temporarily, and I will be back, especially for the second half, where hopefully we see a goal in the second half. That's what we want. But yeah, I'll run you through the game. As we know at the moment, the best player on the pitch was Nuno Mendes, who had to go off injured, sadly. But he finished the game on a 7.2. The second best player is Bruno Fernandes at a 7.1. He has had 42 touches. He's had 93% accurate passes. He's had one shot off target, one shot blocked. He's won 2 out of his 2 ground duels. So Bruno Fernandes definitely the best player left on the pitch. We've had a few yellow cards. Oliveira got a yellow card. Bentancur got a yellow card. Ruben Neves got a yellow card. Speaking of Ruben Neves, he's the worst Portuguese player on the pitch stat-wise. And the worst Uruguayan player on the pitch is the Liverpool man, Darwin Núñez. Stat-wise, he is on a 6.4, whereas Ruben Neves is on the 6.2. Possession-wise, Portugal have 70% of the possession to Uruguay 30. 8 shots from Portugal, 4 for Uruguay, but 0 shots on target for Portugal and 1 shot on target for Uruguay. Overall stats wise, you would point to your Portugal being the more dominant team, but Uruguay have had their moments. They've just not really, like, Uruguay really should be 1-0 up with that chance where Bentancur went clean through, but just chose the wrong decision. And that's basically that. Transfer news according to Team Talk about Fulham and Crystal Palace. One, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, so we'll see if anything comes of that. An interesting stat for you that 17 out of 32 matches in this World Cup have been 0-0 at halftime. So, as it we're about to kick off into the second half now, the players are back on the pitch. And we have kicked off. Portugal are on the ball. No changes by the looks of it. It had nothing's popped up, so I don't think there has been any changes for either teams. Keep in mind that 3 players on the pitch are on the yellow card, so they will need to watch themselves. as this game goes on. Ronaldo has on the ground. Someone fouled him, so he's definitely calling Piers Morgan to complain about that. We're going to see it back here. Yeah, Cote is passing the ball, just clatters Ronaldo with the trailing leg, but Ronaldo won't be having that. He'll be going straight to Piers and saying, Piers, that ain't on. How dare they tackle the great Ronaldo? Still very much like the first half where the game's a bit dead. Neves is down. Yeah, Vecchino went in and just like stood on Neves' toe going for the ball. I see someone in the crowd whose eyes look like he looks like he's dead inside. He's just blankly staring like that's what he's doing. But Ruben Neves is still on the ground, so we'll see. This could be another injury potentially for Portugal, which is not what they want. And I think Portugal do have a few subs warming up. Interesting to see. They're picking up Neves now. We'll see if he's in any condition to continue. It was a side swipe from Aquino into the foot of Neves, which sent him to the ground. He's holding his foot a little bit. He's limping off. I'll be interested to see if we can shake it off or not. We'll see. But the man is now and again holding the bottom of his foot while he's limping. He's now just normally limping off the pitch. So we'll see what happens. The manager's having a word with him. We're going to see if he can come back on. He is back on, but he is still limping slightly. So We might have to keep a monitor on Neves. We'll have to monitor the Neves situation. But he is back on the pitch for now. We have a pitch invader. There is a pitch invader. Game has been stopped. The pitch invader ran onto the pitch with a rainbow flag. Obviously as a protest in a way, but they ran with a rainbow flag and they instantly got charged down and had to drop the flag as the ref has picked up the rainbow flag. But yeah, a protester ran onto the field carrying the flag that the Qatar people do not like. So you can imagine what trouble that person is in. But sometimes people gotta protest like that. And as Portugal are on the attack now, João Felix gets a shot, hits it on the side netting. And a beautiful move that ran in. Super quick attack from Portugal. I think Bruno wanted to cross into him because he was in a more open space. Probably the better decision. But João Felix tries to take a shot and hit side netting instead. And Portugal are on the attack here. Across into the box. And Ronaldo has headed it in. We have a goal. CR7, that man, with a beautiful header. He goes up to hug Bruno Fernandes. He does not do the Sue celebration this time, but he does go and hug his ex-teammate Bruno Fernandes and his Portugal teammate. But his ex-club teammate. It's Ronaldo scoring from an open play position. He now has 9 goals in 19 World Cup matches. Better goal than his other one, which was just a penalty. It's Bruno Fernandes who gets there, whips in a beautiful cross to Ronaldo, who I think he's just onside by the defender, and he hits it in the net. A beautiful cross from Bruno Fernandes. The old United connection before he had to leave United. Although from the replay, it doesn't really look like Ronaldo actually really got a touch to that. Ronaldo has claimed it, but it'll be interesting to see if that goal stays as Ronaldo's or they give it to Bruno or not. But they gave him the assist for now, but that'll be interesting. But I think that might be a Bruno goal. I don't think Ronaldo's head even got to that. It'd be interesting to see if that goal stays with Ronaldo's or not afterwards. But personally, from the replay, that's a Bruno Fernandes goal. But for now, Ronaldo can celebrate it. We have the goal that this game needed. I said it needed the goal. We got a goal. It's 1-0 Portugal. As it stands, Portugal are in the next round. If it can stay this way. Uruguay have it all to do now. Like I said before, the table, as it stands currently, would be 6 points to Portugal, 3 to Ghana, 1 to South Korea, 1 to Uruguay. So that Ghana game becomes extremely important for Uruguay. Extremely important. And then they have the goal difference attention with, like, Portugal. Do they play a weaker team against South Korea? But that's the game that this game really needed, because we were very much seeing a very dead rubber game like before, but the goal came earlier in this one than it did in the other one, so that's always good. That's the game. That's the goal this game needs. Luis Suarez is warming up, so we may see that change for Uruguay. Well, we have a throw into Portugal. And João Cancelo. It's to Bruno. Bruno just whacks it off of Uruguay. It goes out for another throw in. We're not going to see Luis Suarez just yet, but looks we're going to see other changes from Uruguay as they try and get a way back into this game that they desperately need. Darwin Núñez goes down, but he does not get the decision his way. Ruben Diaz. Palestri's on. The forgotten United man that we bought a few seasons ago when we didn't get Sancho. Palestri is on the pitch for Uruguay now. Godin and Vakina off. Palestri and the Aracaseta. I've said that name completely wrong, and I know, but that is what. And the goal has been officially changed to a Bruno Fernandes goal. So Bruno Fernandes has scored that goal. It's been officially changed. So Ronaldo cannot celebrate that just yet. It is a Bruno. Of all the celebrations of Ronaldo hugging Bruno, for that it's gone down as Bruno's goal. So people celebrating Ronaldo look, for example, Fabrizio Romano saying Cristiano Ronaldo 119 goals with the Portuguese national team. Not quite. And someone has the unfortunate job of telling Ronaldo he did not score a goal in this game, so that's going to be funny. You're getting straight on the no Christmas card list, and he's going to tell Piers Morgan that they took my goal. Piers, that was my goal. How dare Bruno claim it? Guitar mean Piers. FIFA, they took my goal. Piers. They took my goal. Uruguay with a ball into the box, gets to no one, gets cleared out. Joe Felix with a foul on the Uruguay's defender, and Uruguay take this quickly because they need a goal. But it gets cleared by Portugal. But yeah, good luck to the official that tells Ronaldo that was not on him. In other words, apparently on coverage, Graham Souness said he's sure that Johan Cruyff doesn't remember playing against him, but considering that man is dead, he's bang on. Doesn't remember him at all. So, in fairness, very much right on that money, Graham, for once. I love the way people so much thought that was Ronaldo's goal, that they have Bruno as the assist. So at the moment, before they change it, it's like it says goal Bruno Fernandes, assist Bruno Fernandes. So he's so good, he crossed it for himself to then cross it. He passed to himself to then cross into the net. It's a man of many talents, that Bruno Fernandes. And this is the end of Ruben Neves' day. He's coming off, and Rafael Leao is coming on, I believe. I believe correct. Rafael Leao is on for Ruben Neves. Uruguay are really trying to create something here, but Portugal managed to get out. As Bruno Fernandes now on the ball, gets it to Ronaldo, who gets it up to Leao, I believe. Bruno's calling for it back, but Leao runs into no man's land. Gets it back to Guerrero. Back to Leao. Bruno is trying to tell him where to go with this ball, but Leao's having none of it, and Leao loses the ball. Probably should have listened to Bruno. Now Uruguay is on a fast break here. Pass to Darwin Núñez, but Pepe absolutely clatters the ball off Darwin, which sets Portugal back on the attack with CR7 here, trying to do step overs, and he falls over, looking for a free kick, but the ref says, "Get up, Ronaldo. Tell Piers about it, not me." That's what Ronaldo's going to do. He's going to, "They took my goal and they didn't even give me a free kick, Piers." Palestri tries to whip it in, but it gets cleared. Get it away. Portugal managed to clear it away in back to the defenders of Uruguay. and Uruguay will come to try and attack again. Uruguay on the attack here again. Darwin Núñez tries to run in the box but gets dispossessed in the said box. In other news, apparently the Juventus board have decided to resign. The president and the vice president of Juventus have resigned. Oh, that is a very interesting news. Uruguay need to find something in these last, just over 15 minutes. And Bentancur was going on a bit of a run there till he got shoved over by João Cancelo. And what was that? I have no idea who did that, but that was a good shot by that Uruguay. Did not tell me who that was, but I'm pretty sure it was the number 18, which was a substitute. Pretty sure that's Maximilian Gomez. That took that shot, hit the post, and bends back out. Well, that was a good shot. But yeah, we do have 15 minutes left now. So we will see what happens. Bruno Fernandes with the goal to give Portugal the lead. But like I said before, Ronaldo didn't think it was his, so therefore he'll be crying to Piers after this game saying, "They took my goal. Piers, they took my goal. They took my job. They took my goal." That's what'll be happening here. They took my goal. Piers, they stole my goal. I mean, Piers is in Dubai, so they can catch him afterwards. Piers, meet me at the coffee shop. They took my goal. And João Felix gets a yellow card. He's one of the many yellow cards today. Bit of a follow through after going for the ball. Not much you can do about that, but it happens. And we have a free kick to Uruguay just outside the box. So we'll see what happens here. I'll tell you what happens here before when they're about to take it. And they're just getting the wall together. They cross it in. And it hits the side netting. Luis Suarez, who has come on not too long ago, I think. Yeah, a few minutes ago, Luis Suarez just about gets onto that, but can only hit the side netting just off target. And the Uruguayan team on the bench and the manager and Suarez himself has hands on head with that scuff chance. But they go again, Uruguay. Costa hits it up long upfield, goes straight to Uruguay. Uruguay have Portugal win it back. Bruno. Bruno runs here. Gets the ball to João Felix. João Felix gets it back to Cancelo. We've switched the play up to the other side. On to Rafael. And he hits it out of play to a Uruguay throw. And Uruguay will try and take this quickly because they really need a goal now. We're getting into the final 10 minutes of this match before we go into added time. And once again, I would like to say I appreciate anyone for just being here lurking. Like I said, I love I like being a part of the community. So anyone just lurking and stuff is very much appreciated. Always nice to have people just being here watching. Even if you guys don't comment, just being here in general helps us a lot and supports us. Gets it up. Any like on the thing, any follow, any even subscription, depending on which platform you're on. With that can mean different things, but any of those kind of things helps this channel a lot. Helps us grow here for the podcast and these watch-alongs. We do enjoy these watch-alongs. They're a new thing that we decided to bring in for the World Cup. This channel has done some for like the Champions League final before with different people, but we decided to bring it back, but for World Cup action and stuff. And I think they've gone pretty well so far, the ones that we've done. So with that, I would say shout out to the Jono, shout out to Chris, big shout out to Gormy, who did doing these amazing thumbnails for these watch-alongs. That man is just a wizard when it comes to thumbnails. So big shout out to that guy. And shout out to the guest we had during the England USA one, Billions. Big thanks for coming on at that point for that thing. And Portugal have taken off João Felix, Carvalho, and Ronaldo. Pepe is now the angry man of Pepe is now the captain, angry captain. And they have brought on Mateus Nunes, Gonzalo Ramos, and I think Paulinho was the other one that I saw. As Portugal Silva to Bruno. Bruno gets it back to Silva. Silva rings around Uruguay and gets it back to Diaz. Back to Silva. To Rafa Leao. Leao tries to take a shot rather than pass it to Bruno that Bruno was calling for. Once again, some of these people. I was right about the other one. It was Paulinho who came on in the other one. But yeah, João Cancelo on the ball here. Passes it to Bruno. Bruno does a little pass to João Cancelo. Back to Bruno. So Portugal are just trying to control the ball now. We're going into the final 7 minutes of this match. Bruno is asking for the ball, but it never gets passed to him. Probably because he stole the goal from Ronaldo. From Ronaldo, so Ronaldo's told the rest of the team to not pass to him. Just like he's going to tell Peters later. They took my goal. But yeah, Uruguay need to really win this ball back to create something, but they give it away the moment they do win it back. Then the Uruguay do win a free kick, though. Will they temporarily have the ball back? Can they do something with it, though? That is the real question. They have a substitute warming up as well. That substitute is Matthias Viña. So he's going to be introduced soon. Coming up to the end of this, it'll be interesting to see who for. Uruguay are going to make the substitution now. They're taking off number 16. The man who was going to take the throw in. Which is Oliveira, who is on the booking. They've taken him off now. Farvinia. Palestri gets fouled by Rafa Leao, completely just grabs him by the neck in a way, pushes to the ground by the neck. Uruguay need to do something with this attack, and your man just hits it well over the bar. That was not your finest moment. But like I said, it's not the end of the world for Uruguay if they don't win this. They still have a chance, but it comes down to the final game group, goal difference, and they need to beat Ghana. A Ghana game that has a lot of history with Luis Suarez, where he got sent off before in the Ghana game by handballing in the game. So it's a very interesting tie that. It has some history with these two teams, and Ghana will want a bit of revenge, especially on Suarez. So that's not what Uruguay wanted to be in that kind of predicament where they have to win. But that's the place that they're in the Ghana, they have to win. Because they failed to win in the other one, and they look like they're going to fail to get a result here. Really, the only result that would have done anything here would have been a win, but they're not going to get that. Stats-wise, Bruno Fernandes is on a 7.7. And the best player for Uruguay is Cavani and Valverde, both on a 7. Whereas Costa also on a 7 for Portugal, 7.1 for Pepe, 7.2 for Carvalho. Guerrero is on a 7. Palestri, the United youngster, is on a 6.7. Portugal on the ball here in the Uruguayan half. Like they're just going to run towards the flag a bit here. Get themselves a corner. Ruben Neves gets a yellow card for arguing with the referee on a decision of a handball that he slid and touched the hand on the thing for Uruguay. So he definitely touched the hand, but he was falling. So it's one of them. It's one of them. But yeah, they have a corner here. Both Bruno and Silva are both over this corner. Oh, we are going to VAR. You forget the corner. We are going to VAR for a penalty, possible penalty. You got to trust VAR to come in at some point. We are looking at this handball instantly where Bruno hits it under Jimenez, and Jimenez falls on the ball with his hand. Hand out, touches it slightly. So it'll be interesting to see what the ref does. He has had a look. He is coming out. Will he point to the spot? He's doing a jog. He's building this up. I think he's giving it. Yeah, he has given it. They are getting a bit bargy in there. And Bruno's holding on to the ball. All the players are surrounding that thing here. This is a hefty delay because the referee is talking to the players. Bruno thought there was a penalty. If it's going to be a penalty after a VAR review, Ronaldo's kicking himself because he just came off a bit ago. He's like, no, they took me goal and now they're going to take me penalty. Piers. Boy, Bruno Fernandes, I think, over this penalty, trying to get a second goal of the day for Portugal. Can he do it? Can Bruno do it? He's breathing heavily, nicely. 9 minutes of additional time, by the way. Will he do his hop and a skip? He runs up to it. He does the hop, he does the skip, and he slides it into the left-hand side. Bruno Fernandes scores his penalty. That is 2 goals for him now in the World Cup. 2 goals on tonight's game for the man. Some United jerseys in the crowd of the Portuguese. And the Uruguayans are giving the F finger to the ref on the Portugal players, I think. And Pepe gives Bruno a hug. A calm and cool collective penalty from Bruno. Now Ronaldo's on the bench going like, they took my goal and now they took me penalty. Piers, please. Why? Now Uruguay, the task for Uruguay is now even bigger to commence. So, yep, Uruguay can be kicking themselves for giving away that thing. It's just an unfortunate falling down. Your hand's out. It's in an unnatural position because it's out while you're trying to stop your fall and you touch the ball accidentally. But those are given in this kind of game as handballs. So, Portugal 2-0 up. Bruno Fernandes with both. Bruno Fernandes is absolutely on fire this World Cup, to be fair to him. Hopefully he comes back in the same amount of form because that man has done very well so far in this tournament. He got 2 assists in the Ghana game, and now he has 2 goals in this game. So, very good for Portugal. They almost slipped up against Ghana, but they are dispatching Uruguay here. We are until the 5th minute of added time of the 9. As we come to a close, I once again would like to thank everyone for just being here, lurking. But we appreciate the lurkers here. They will get the views. So I hope you've enjoyed this game as much as I have enjoyed it. It was a bit boring in the first half, to be fair, but it's woken up near the end of this game. And Bruno Fernandes he has forced 12 turnovers of play. All around, you have to say Bruno Fernandes is definitely the difference maker in this game. And deservingly, I would say man of the match. Bruno Fernandes, you have to give it to him. I want to see none of this Ronaldo man of the match chat like we had after the first game that Bruno was robbed of. But this is, to me, should be Bruno man of the match. And it should have been a back-to-back man of the match for the man. But we will not talk about the dodgy Budweiser man of the matches, because they have been quite dodgy. But yeah, Portugal, ball straight up to the attacker. Can they do something here? Bruno's calling for it. Bruno gets to it. Oh, it hits the post. Bruno looking for that hat trick now. So close to getting it. Actually, it doesn't hit the post. It hits the leg of the Uruguayan defender. I thought it hit the post. It was going like that kind of angle, but your man, the keeper, does get his position right and gets his leg on it. There's been another. This is a 6th corner to Portugal, to only 2 to Uruguay. Bruno tries to hit it off the Uruguayan to go out for another Portugal corner. Bruno here, and Bruno hits the bar this time, though. Very unlucky, so close to his hat trick. Two moves there, 2 shots, one saved by the keeper on the right hand post, and this time hits the left post. Unlucky Bruno, so close to that hat trick. But once again, deservingly man of the match, Bruno Fernandes in this game. Portugal have a free kick, so they're going to delay the walk up to this to take it. Going to delay the clock so that it gets as much time out as possible. We're into the 9th minute of 9 additional time, so it's now up to the ref's discretion here when this game's going to be called to an end. We'll see what happens. As the Portuguese man gets fouled over, but he gets told to just get up, man, get up. Uruguay have the ball. Will they be able to do something? They need to act quick. We're already out of time. And I'll go straight to Costa. Would you think this would be it the moment he picks us up? And it is it. It ends 2-0 to Portugal. Deserved win for Portugal. 2 goals from Bruno Fernandes on the end. I'm going to change this because I was too busy celebrating that second goal for Bruno in my own head that I forgot to add that it's 2-0 to Portugal on that. And those are the games today that I finished. Cameroon 3, Serbia 3, Korea Republic 2, Ghana 3, Brazil 1, Switzerland 0, and Portugal 2, Uruguay 0. And that puts the group in this particular order. I will get them up now. Brazil are on top with 6 points of their group. Switzerland are in second on 3 points. Cameroon and 1, Serbia 1. So those three teams, Switzerland, Cameroon, Serbia, will be battling it out to see who gets out of that group. And the situation in Group H, Portugal are now in the next round on 6 points. Ghana on 3 points at the moment in second. South Korea in third with 1 point on a -1 goal difference. And Uruguay now in fourth place on 1 point with a -2 goal difference. So it comes down to Uruguay versus Ghana. South Korea will need to beat Portugal to have a chance, but Uruguay needs to beat Ghana and get their goal difference currently to -2. So they need to at least score 3 goals to get out and get above Ghana. The goal difference wise and to get out points wise, they would need to win. They just need to win against Ghana to get through in their one. But with goal difference, they also need the performance to go above South Korea if they win. So still a chance for Uruguay, but they have it all to do now on the final game week. That's been all. That's going to be it for me. Thank you for listening to me. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. All of us. Hopefully next time we can have Chris, but his internet unfortunately had to go today. But I enjoyed bringing it to you. Bruno finished that game on an 8.8 on the ratings. Deservingly man of the match. And so that's basically it. I'm going to leave you now. I'm not sure if we have a watch along tomorrow. I know it's down on the schedule that we have a watch along. We have it on schedule that we have one tomorrow for USA, Iran, and Wales, England. So if we do, we do. Spencer is on that one anyway, so I'm not sure if he's available enough for it. But for me, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on a watch along on Wednesday for the Argentina, Poland, Mexico, Saudi Arabia game. So stay tuned for that. I think it's me and Jono on that one. So stay tuned for that game. That's said to be a cracker. So I will see you then, and we'll see you for any watch-alongs in between if they happen, if they don't. But thanks for being here. Bye.